Are you all happy today? Have you all had your breakfast? Okay, good. Now you're ready for the class, isn't it? Good. Do you remember what we have learned in the last class? About whom we have learned? Do you remember? Very good. About Malala Yousafzai. About whom we have learned? About Malala Yousafzai. She is from Pakistan, isn't it? She is a social activist. For whom she fights for? She fights for the freedom of women and girls' education and women's rights, isn't it? Okay. Do you remember what I have told you in the last class about Malala's childhood days? Malala is a studious girl. She is good in all the subjects, isn't it? And what are the activities she did in the school? Badminton, cricket, drama, art, even singing. So she have participated in all competitions, isn't it? And what is the name of the newcomer there? Malala. So Malala is the newcomer to Malala's class. And what is the meaning of her name? Queen of Light. And what she wants to become? This Malala wants to become the first female army chief in Pakistan. Who is the first female army chief in India? Punita Arora. Did you find who is the first female army chief in Pakistan? Did you find it out? Yes, Nigar Jogar, isn't it? Okay. Then Malala discussed about her classmate and her best friend. Who is the best friend of Malala? Moniba. She is her competitor, isn't it? And Moniba is good in her handwriting and Malala is good in subject matter. Then at once for the last examination, Malala feels shocked because this Malala got first prize, first rank, first mark, and she started to cry. Then Malala's family shifted their home from that one street to another, and at first she has no friends there, and then she met Safina. Safina is younger than Malala, and Safina has lot of toys, but Malala has only few toys, and the special toy of Malala is the pink color mobile phone which her father bought to her. And Malala tries to copy her father's actions, isn't it? How he talked with others through phone. She also imitated. She also pretended, isn't it? And one day, this pink colored mobile phone is stolen by Safina. Malala knows that, and what she did? She also started to steal, isn't it? And at first it was a thrill and then it became a compulsion. This is what we have seen in the last class. Shall we move on to today's portion? Okay. One day afternoon, Malala came back from school and at once she rushed into the kitchen to see her mother. You all will do the same, isn't it? At once you came back from school, what you will do? You will rush into the kitchen to see your mother. You will run into the kitchen to see your mother, isn't it? Similarly, Malala also ran into the kitchen to see her mother. There, her Bobby and her mother were cooking. Who are cooking there? Her Bobby and her mother. Who is her Bobby? Bobby means sister-in-law. Okay. So, she is calling her Bobby. Hello, Bobby, I'm starving. Starving. Hungry. So, she is asking her Bobby to give her something. Give her some food to eat, some snack to eat. And so she is asking, "Hello, Barbie, I'm starving. Please give me some food to eat." But there was a complete silence. Just imagine if you are running into the kitchen to eat something and to share what happened in your school on that day. Your mother did not ask anything. Your mother did not say anything. Your mother did not give anything to eat. What will you think? You will feel very sad, isn't it? Why my mother is not talking to me? Why my mother is not asking me anything? Why my mother is not giving food for me to eat? You will think like that, isn't it? Similarly, this Malala is thinking in her mind, and her mother is pounding the spices there. She is pounding the spices like turmeric, cumin, and the aroma, the smell, the fragrance of the turmeric and cumin filled the kitchen completely. And her mother is again and again she is pounding. She did not look at Malala at least. Okay, she did not speak to her. At least she could have looked at her. But her Malala's mother, she did not talk anything to Malala. She did not at least look at Malala. And this makes Malala very sad, and she goes to her room. And she enters into her room and opened the cupboard. You all have your own cupboards in your bedroom, isn't it? Similarly, Malala is having her bedroom and there she has a cupboard. When she opened the cupboard, she saw that all the things she had stolen from Safina were gone. All are missing now. She stole the jewelries, the necklaces from Safina's home and she kept everything in the cupboard. Now, when she looked at the cupboard, everything is missing. Nothing is there in the cupboard. And now she finds out that I had been caught. I had been caught by my mother. That's why my mother did not talk to me anything. So, now what happened? At once Malala came from school. She ran into the kitchen to meet her mother. She asked her Barbie to give her some food to eat. Her mother did not say anything to her. Her mother did not look at Malala. She is just pounding the spices. She is pounding the turmeric and cumin. And the fragrance, the smell, the aroma of this turmeric and cumin filled the kitchen. And with sadness, Malala enters into her room. At once she opened her cupboard. She was shocked to see that nothing was there in her cupboard. And she finds out that she had been caught. And her cousin enters into Malala's bedroom and she is saying, "They knew you were stealing. They find out you are a stealer, you are a thief. You have stolen everything from Safina's house. We have found out everything. Your mother has been waiting for you to come clean and then you will get scolding. You will get heavy scolding. Your mother will beat you. Your mother will scold you." Who said like this? Reena. Who is Reena? Reena is the cousin of Malala. And she felt a terrible sinking feeling in her stomach. What is this terrible sinking feeling? For example, now I am saying, "Today evening our school principal will come to your house. He will inquire to your mother. Are your student or your children are studying? Are your children are listening to the online classes? If he come to your home now, what will you do?" You will feel afraid, isn't it? "Oh my God, our school principal has come to my home." By this time, you will get a terrible sinking feeling in your stomach, isn't it? Or else, for the final examinations on the day of your exams, on the day of your exams, what will you feel? Something will happen in your stomach, isn't it? That's what called terrible sinking feeling. Similarly, Malala is also feeling the same. She felt a terrible sinking feeling in her stomach, and she walked with Rina to meet her mother, and her head bowed because she did not do anything that makes her parents proud. She made something which is utter mistake, and so she bowed her head and she goes to meet her mother. And her mother advised her, "What you did was wrong, Malala. Are you trying to bring shame on us that we can't afford to buy such things? If you ask us, Ma, please get me these earrings, please get me these necklaces, we could have get it for you, but you have stolen others' object, you have stolen others' jewelries, you have stolen Safina's earrings, you have stolen Safina's necklaces. This is a wrong action, this is a wrong deed you have done, Malala." This is what Malala's mother advised to her. And Malala started to lie. She is lying to her mother. "Mother, it's not true. I didn't take anything from Safina's home." This is what the reply of Malala. But Malala knows that my mother have caught me. My mother caught me as I have stolen everything from Safina's home. But still, she is lying to her mother. And again, she protests. She tries to escape from this danger. She is saying, "Safina only started everything. She started it. She took my pink phone that Abba bought me." Here, Abba means her father. Babi, sister-in-law. Abba, father. She is saying, "Safina started everything. Safina stolen my phone, my pink favorite phone that my father bought me to play with. And so I did this. She did that to me. I did this to her." And her mother said, "Safina is younger than you. She don't know what is right and what is wrong. You have to teach her the right way. You have to be a role model for her. You have to set a good example for her to follow. But you are doing the same thing to her. She is younger than you. You have to teach her what is good and what is wrong." And this Malala is pleading to her mother. She is begging. She is apologizing to her mother. She is asking pardon. She is asking forgiveness from her mother. She is saying, "Mother, please don't tell this to father." Because Malala did not want her father to be disappointed by Malala. If he came to know about all these stolen jewelries, all these incidents, her father will feel very sad. He will feel very sad and he will be disappointed by his daughter Malala, isn't it? So, Malala is pleading to her mother. She is crying and she is apologizing to her mother again and again. And she is telling, "Please don't inform this to father. Because my father could not bear this. He could not tolerate this as I have disappointed him." And Malala is saying, it's horrible to feel unworthy in the eyes of your parents. If we do any mistakes, it's an unworthy thing. It's an unworthy action in front of our parents. They will not feel happy. They will not feel proud of us, isn't it? They will feel shame because of us. And this is not the first time Malala is stealing. This is not the first time Malala is stealing. Now, Malala is explaining what happened when she was a child. This is not the first time Malala is stealing. When she was a child, when she was a little child, she went to the bazaar with her mother to get some fruits or vegetables. So she went to the bazaar, she went to the market to buy some groceries, some vegetables and fruits. And there she saw a pile of almonds on a cart. Have you all seen almonds? Almonds? Almonds are good for our brain, isn't it? So, Malala saw a pile of almonds on a cart. It looks very tasty. She could not resist, she could not avoid her hands to take that almonds. She just goes near to the cart and she took a handful of almonds. And her mother apologized to that cart owner. Please forgive my daughter. She is a small kid. She don't know anything. So please forgive my daughter. And she has a few amount of money with her in her purse. She has only 10 rupees. And she asked that cart owner, will you give me almonds for 10 rupees? But that man said, no, almonds are very costly. How could I give it for you for just rupees 10? He did not give almonds to Malala's mother. And they come back to home and Malala's mother informed about all this to Malala's father. Immediately, Malala's father went to that market, went to that bazaar and bought the whole lot from that man and he kept it in a glass bowl. What Malala's father did? Malala's father went and bought some almonds from that man and he kept it in a glass bowl. And he said, almonds are good. If you eat them with milk before you go to bed, you will be brainy. Actually, almonds are good for our brain, as we all know. So, similarly, Malala's father is also saying, if you eat almonds before going to bed, it's good for your health. You will be a brainy person. Already Malala is a genius girl, isn't it? And Malala knows a fact, that a truth, that her father did not have enough money to get almonds for her. Yet, he bought it. Why? Because he wants his daughter to feel guilty. She should not repeat the same mistake. And that's why he get these almonds to Malala. And whenever Malala see that almond, she feels guilty. It's a remembrance, a guilty remembrance for her. And now, let's come back to her Safina's stolen jewelries. Now, Malala's mother take Malala to Safina's home and Malala asked sorry to Safina and to her parents. But Safina did not say sorry to Malala. Because Safina only started everything, isn't it? But now Malala is asking sorry to Safina and to her parents. But this Safina did not ask anything. This is not fair, isn't it? Malala is feeling that why this Safina did not say anything to me. This makes Malala to feel very sad. But it's okay. So now Malala's mother take her to Safina's home and there Malala asks sorry to Safina and to Safina's parents. But Safina did not say anything to Malala back. Okay? Shall we revise what we have learned today? One day afternoon, Malala came back from school. She ran into the kitchen to see her mother. But her mother did not say anything. Her mother did not even look at her. And when she enters into her room, she finds out that she had been caught by her mother. Her cousin also informed to her about everything. And Malala's mother is saying, if you ask me, I need this, I could have get it for you. And she also advised to her that Safina is younger than you. She don't know what is right and what is wrong. You could have set an example for her. And Malala remembers about one of the incidents in which Malala tries to take a pile of almonds, a handful of almonds from a cart. And she did that. Her mother apologized to that cart owner and she informs about this to her father. Her father get almonds to Malala and he kept everything in a glass bowl, glass dish. It's a reminder of guilty. That glass dish full of almonds is a reminder of guilty to Malala. Now, Malala's mother took her to Safina's home and Malala asked sorry to Safina and to Safina's parents. But Safina did not say anything to her. This is what we have seen today. Is everything clear, students? Do you have any doubt? If you have any doubt, please ask me. Students, it's time to read. One afternoon, I came home from school and rushed into the kitchen as usual for a snack. Hello, Bobby, I called. I'm starving. There was silence. My mother was sitting on the floor pounding spices, brightly colored turmeric and cumin, filling the air with their aroma. Over and over she pounded. Her eyes would not meet mine. What had I done? I was very sad and went to my room. When I opened my cupboard, I saw that all the things I had taken were gone. I had been caught. My cousin Rena came into my room. They knew you were stealing, she said. They were waiting for you to come clean, but you just kept on. I felt a terrible sinking feeling in my stomach. I walked back to my mother with my head bowed. What you did was wrong, Malala, she said. Are you trying to bring shame on us that we can't afford to buy such things? It's not true, I lied. I didn't take them. But she knew I had. Safina started it, I protested. She took the pink phone that Abba bought me. My mother was unmoved. Safina is younger than you and you should have taught her better, she said. You should have set an example. I started crying and apologized over and over again. Don't tell Abba, I begged. I couldn't bear for him to be disappointed in me. It's horrible to feel unworthy in the eyes of your parents. It wasn't the first time. When I was little, I went to the bazaar with my mother and spotted a pile of almonds on a cart. They looked so tasty that I couldn't resist grabbing a handful. My mother told me off and apologized to the cart owner. He was furious and would not be placated. We still had little money and my mother checked her purse to see what she had. Can you sell them to me for 10 rupees? She asked. No, he replied. Almonds are very costly. My mother was very upset and told my father. He immediately went and bought the whole lot from the man and put them in a glass dish. Almonds are good, he said. If you eat them with milk just before bed, it makes you brainy. But I knew He didn't have much money, and the almonds in the dish were a reminder of my guilt. I promised myself I would never do such a thing again, and now I had. My mother took me to say sorry to Safina and her parents. It was very hard. Safina said nothing about my phone, which didn't seem fair, but I didn't mention it either. Did you all listen to me carefully? Will you read it now? Okay. It's time to learn new words. Take page number 11. Genius, showing unusually great intelligence or skill. Genius, showing unusually great intelligence or skill. Who is genius here? Malala. Presentation, the way a student presents his or her work. Presentation, the way a student presents his or her work. Content, subject matter. Content, subject matter. Pampered, spoiled. Here, who is pampered by her family members? Safina is pampered by her family members. Compulsion, a strong desire to do something that is wrong or silly. Compulsion, a strong desire to do something that is wrong or silly. Come to page number 13. Unworthy, not deserving respect. Unworthy, not deserving respect. Placated, to be calmed down by someone. Placated, to be calmed down by someone. Students, please try to learn all these new vocabularies